they released the flying pig mount. I don't know if you guys saw it. They released the flying pig mount, dude. Yeah, what were you saying to us a few minutes ago, Defcamp?
When pigs fly in Azeroth, then you will know that WoW is now dead.
Yeah. So kind of in the face of all the criticism they've been getting and stuff, they decided of all things to release a pig mount into the cash shop. And it's kind of seems like it's a play towards kind of the Chinese market potentially. It's another thing in the cash shop, and with the current state of WoW, people we're going to be up in arms about it. And if you haven't seen the video, I wish I could play it right now, but it's lagging.
Dude,
we can try it at the end.
Yeah, we can try it at the end. It's so well. If you guys, just like but it's so bad. I mean, it's so cheesy. Like I thought it was a meme when they were playing that. I'm like, this has got to be a friggin' meme. And the worst part about it is, if you go to the link, it's got a bunch of dislikes. Mr. GM had, said something basically like a constructive criticism about it, and they deleted his friggin' comment. Not only that, but I think Dunedain, you were saying they deleted Nixium's comment as well.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. They're doing the Diablo thing, right? Isn't that what they were accused of for Diablo?
Yeah, they're basically doing the same shit show they did then. Yeah.
Deleting comments,
also,
man.
Like 6 weeks ago, they released a cash shop mount, and people complained, and now they do exactly the same. So, yeah. If you go through the comments, you can see what people think of it.
Yeah, you can see the dislike ratio. It looks like similar to the YouTube rewind dislike ratio. But it's just like as said they're just so tone deaf. Like Blizzard is just so tone deaf when it comes to this kind of stuff. People were complaining not that long ago about this other store mount, and not only that, but it just looks so bad. It's like this stone pig with a green dot on its head with these friggin' golden wings. And the video is so funny. You see, it's like dude, this Chinese music, right? The pig's running, and then he just jumps, and these golden wings come out, and then you see her like go over the moon, like this ET moment. And she's like cheering. She's like, "Yeah! When pigs fly, you will know that Azeroth is dead."
Yeah,
it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
I think that video I made is just fucking pointless at this point. It's over.
Wow.
If you're that stupid. If you really think that releasing a new mount is going to make people happy when everyone is just on your ass, you have no touch with reality. None.
Yeah.
Zero.
This is what I want to know, right? Like Blizzard, they put out the demo, the classic WoW demo. They're like, yeah, we're doing this, guys, because we want your feedback. Where are they getting their feedback from? That's what I want to know, because everyone and their mom is pissed off at Blizzard, giving them criticism. Some of it are very constructive. Some of it is, just like bullshit. But for 99% of the people are unhappy with Blizzard right now. They must be going to like this fan site website where like, oh, everyone's really happy with the game. Oh, this guy says he wants a new Chinese pig mount. Let's give it to him. All right. Like, guys, what are you listening to? What criticism are you listening to? What the hell?
So the guy Az from Heel vs. Babyface, we talked about it the second, but no one was in here when we were talking about it. He just came up with a video called how he's turned off by Classic a bit based on everything that's been going on with Blizzard, and he mentioned communication. That's something we've mentioned here on this show before too. A lot of people have been saying it. The communication is just so lost in the sauce coming out of Blizzard, man. It doesn't feel transparent, doesn't feel authentic, and it's probably. Man, they need to get their communications department together or whatever, man.
Seriously. Like some guy in the comments was like, "Hire me, I have no experience." I mean,
yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it seems like.
The thing is, if you talk about the main problems in their current game, they just say in the Burning Crusade people were not happy either, and that's their answer.
No, that's such a bad answer because Are there things that people weren't happy about in vanilla? Yeah. Were there things that people weren't happy about in the Burning Crusade? Yeah. But the overall community as a whole was loving the game. There's never been one point of the game where everything was perfect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're not that stupid. We're not that dumb. We know that there's always going to be something that you can work on. But for the most part, people were pretty friggin' happy, Numidia, just like you said, in the Burning Crusade. From what I remember, yeah, there was people always complaining, oh, paladins need to be buffed. Oh, like this and that. Okay, yeah. But when you look back
it's
now,
like, yeah,
and how much shit is wrong with the game, and then there's way more wrong with the game now.
Yeah, it's like, and that thing you posted in our Discord, Dunedain, where Ian, I think it was Ian, said, people were complaining during the Burning Crusade that they had to go back and attune new guildies, and people were complaining about that. And I'm like, well, if people were complaining about it, can you explain why the subs just kept skyrocketing? Because it obviously wasn't that much of a freaking problem. Yeah. So
exactly.
So shut the hell up, Ian. You don't know what the hell you're talking. You don't know what you're talking about. If you think that's a huge overall player base issue, how many people rated Black Temple and the Burning Crusade? What percentage of the player base?
It's extremely obvious he doesn't know what he's talking about.
But the funny thing is, he should. I mean, he was a player and a raider. I don't understand why he doesn't.
Just one sentence says it all, right? He said the team wants everyone to be as happy as possible. I mean,
that's exactly what's wrong.
Impossible.
Yeah,
this flying exactly out, what's though, wrong. Dude. Who thinks this looks cool, man? I don't know. Anybody in the chat thinks this looks cool? Dude, I'm not gonna judge you, man. If you think this looks cool, then you know what,
link
man.
It yet?
I linked it in the chat.
I mean, it makes me kind of hungry, but other than that, I'm not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
mean, pigs.
It's quite funny, right?
Hogris, the swine of good fortune, dude. It's like.
Oh my god.
Actually, you know what? I feel like people who might want to buy this are the people who like play gnomes and stuff, who like kind of like the troll look. They kind of like trolling people.
The troll look, yeah.
So like they pick some funky looking gnome with a weird Benjamin Button disease.
I feel like I'm in a casino.
They buy this.
I'll just ride my chicken or something like that,
Yeah.
Like
I don't know how few guys know about casinos in the U.S., but like we heavily cater to the Chinese gamblers because there's a huge number of Chinese people that gamble. And I feel like watching that, I feel like I'm in a casino because there's always like Chinese sections of casinos that have like Chinese games and noodle houses and stuff like that. I'm not even joking.
But you know what's funny, Melderon? At least like they know how to cater to the Asian market. Blizzard tries to cater to the Asian market, and it turns around and slaps them in their face. Look at friggin' Pandaria, dude. It did horrible in the Asian market. Like they're trying. Dude, this friggin' kills me, man. Like
cracks me up.
You put a fucking pig with fucking golden wings flying over the fucking moon. Like, you know what?
It kind of looks like League of Legends-y sort of, and I don't know, man. we were talking about this before, yo. So people watching right now, I'm curious what you guys think. What aesthetic looks the coolest to you when it comes to Warcraft? And I guess, I mean, it's not really like the type of thing where it's an end-all be-all answer, right? Because you should switch it up. I guess from time to time they're supposed to switch it up a little bit. But for me, all I'm saying is that the Asian aesthetic didn't really work for me. It didn't feel like Warcraft to me. But for some people, like you were saying, Dunedain, you kind of liked it. It was like a change of pace for you. You kind of liked the visual look of it.
Now, if you see this mount, you kind of wish they came with something like pandas instead. Yeah. I mean, pandas are cool.
I'd rather ride a panda.
I mean, but if you look back to it, Mist of Pandaria was pretty good. And I see why people don't like the Asian. How did you call it? Atmosphere.
Aesthetic.
Yeah. But I kind of like it because it's relaxing in some way, and I kind of try to search for the more relaxing zones in most expansions, and Mists of Pandaria is really most zones were really relaxing with good music and stuff. So
the zones were beautiful too. I like the little vegetable garden, like pumpkin patch type thing they had going on, and
and the class design was good.
Yeah, but when I think Warcraft, I'm thinking like orcs and humans. I'm thinking like dwarves and elves, shooting each other like Lord of the Rings style, not like ninjas and pandas. I don't know.
I prefer vanilla style if I look back at it.
Vanilla and TBC style. I love the net like twisting nether style. I love that. I don't know why. I just love the. But my favorite aesthetic, honestly, is the dark ambience of classic of vanilla. When you have that like misty haze in the sky.
Yes.
You have that friggin' rain that just like starts coming down in the wetlands or wherever you are in the hinterlands. That is the aesthetic I love.
Defcamp and Melderon have an amazing video on it. If you guys haven't seen it, I forgot what it's called, but he's talking about why The old
It's
graphics.
the graphics video that I made that got so many people triggered. Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's kind of true.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys would agree in the chat, but the old school classic WoW was more serious. As far as a cartoony MMO would goes, I could take it more seriously. It was a more dark, macabre
I got
color
something
palette.
to get off my chest. I got something to get off my
Go
chest.
for it, man. Get it off.
I have a fear that in 6 months we're going to be making a video pleading people to ban classic to not play classic WoW.
Oh, don't say that.
Because they're going to do they're going to do something fucked up. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. They're going to do something stupid, and we're going to have to what's the word?
We're gonna have to revolt.
Not revolt. When you don't buy something or do something.
Boycott.
Boycott. Thank you, European. I can't speak my own language.
So let's talk about it, Melderon. What could they do wrong? What could be so heinous to us, to the community?
If they added a flying pig mount, they actually might do it. The classic.
If they added transmog, right?
Well, yeah. Let's be realistic. What could they actually do in the first month?
Realistically, do
the shop or like a WoW token or something? I think would be it.
Can I just say transmog would not be I would hate it, but it wouldn't ruin the game because you need to clear the raids before you have cool gear to transmog.
It would kill the spirit of the game, though, man.
It would kill the spirit
of the game.
Yeah, but you still need to clear the raids before you can transmog the gear.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
But I think that's later if they do. I think something week 1 would be like some kind of microtransaction.
So Naminia just said here that adding the WoW token. I don't know if you guys saw. I made a video about the WoW token where I gave it my honest. I literally tried so hard. As I talked to some people who were like, "Oh, the WoW token might be good." I was like, "Okay, tell me the pros that you think it might have." I made a video where I said, "Okay, guys, these are the possible pros." People says that it can make the game more accessible, that it could possibly get rid of gold sellers, things like that. So those would be the pros. And to tell you guys, a big surprise, I'm totally against the WoW token being in Classic. But I try to be as unbiased as I possibly could. Then I went over some of the cons, the effect that it would have on the gameplay, the effect it would have on the economy. And then, of course, the unforeseen consequences, things like people using the WoW token from retail, sending that gold over to Classic, all these crazy things. And I said, accessibility isn't everything. We don't have to pander to everyone to make the game more accessible. Vanilla was a game for everyone, whether you were doing Dungeons with Friends, whether you were doing Molten Core, or whether you're doing Nax. Accessibility isn't everything. No one should be able to everyone shouldn't be able to do Nax. That's what made Vanilla so amazing, is that there was content out there that wasn't being done by everyone. And sometimes you were just doing Scarlet Monastery for fucking 20 levels, or you were leveling your hunter, and that was your experience of Vanilla. If you were to add something like the WoW token, it would seriously harm the feel of the game. And I 100% believe that if they add the WoW token, they're gonna add a fucking shop.
Yeah.
What would they even put on the shop, though? I mean, if they put just server transfer, I'm in.
As long as they don't put trend. The moment they add cosmetic gear.
Oh yeah,
cosmetics.
That's
cosmetics.
That's true.
Yeah,
they're going to have those micro because they were in there at the end of
that's what I'm saying.
So
yeah,
that's not what I'm talking about. I don't care about that. I'm talking about stuff. If I smell the taint of retail when I open that game,
if I saw Dungeon Finder, bro, I wouldn't play.
Well, dude,
if I see anything,
actually, fuck, I still might play, but I'd be pissed.
Look at the graphics look at the graphics from the demo. Like the graphics from the demo had that taint of retail in it. They're using the core of the I would hope that they were going to work on that more, but it already has that feel of retail on it. When I played it, especially when you put those settings at the max, like
bro, I don't think they're going to
raid profiles, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like that has.
I don't think they are either, Kargoz. I'm just worried, man.
I don't think
I'm just worried.
That would be a speak too much, man. Like
how dumb can you be? I mean, they just released this fucking mount, and everyone on YouTube is just basically like, "What are you doing, Blizz? Stopping the microtransactions. Here's a new mount."
Well, yeah. It's almost the same thing with Diablo, right? The timing was so bad. Like remember they did the like a little while ago. They were selling all the mounts in a big bundle, saying like, "This is you get them now before they get retired." And everybody was getting triggered by that. And then they release another one while the state of the game is in a pretty bad spot. It seems like a bad move. I don't know.
I was, when I first played the demo, I want to talk about the demo, right? Because obviously the demo isn't how it's going to, completely in Classic. But they already said they want to have friggin' loot trading, right? Dude, like what I didn't totally understand when I first played the demo how significant the loot trading issue would be, especially when you have things like, oh, you know, say me, Melderon, Kargoz, and Dunedain are going to run a dungeon, and this one pug, we're going to all roll on this one item that he really needs too, and we're going to steal from him. Like that's dick. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be able to.
It's going to happen in classic. Every day.
It's going to happen every day. It's going to happen everywhere. Back in the day, if you accidentally did something, you had to contact and this is out of laziness. You had to contact a GM. They would deal with it. You know, they don't want to. They don't want to deal with fucking all these. You know what I mean? And
dude, think about the Blackstone ring.
I know, dude. Exactly. Like
think about that. Just that one item.
What about
it?
What the
Blackstone?
There are going to be mafias of people running that to get that ring.
Yeah.
And it's and so basically, let's say there's 4 people: me, you, Dunedain, Kargoz, and Defcamp, and some other guy, Dokken.
Yeah.
No, well, there's 4 of us here already. Never mind. We invite Dokken into the group. Dokken doesn't know who we are. You know, we're all friends in real life. And let's say that Kargoz, you're a mage. Dunedain, you're a priest. Defcamp, you're you already have the Blackstone ring, and I need it, and Melderon needs it, right? And so does Dokken.
Yeah.
So you guys are all going to need roll on it, and then give it to me if you guys win it.
Yeah.
That's going to happen all the time.
Well, Dokken just said, I bet it's going to be in raids only. I don't know.
They didn't say that.
Yeah, well, that could still affect
even
then,
pugs,
though, dude. Like, there's going to be lots of pugs for raids.
Exactly. You know, like you got a pug raid, right? And the guild that's like mainly running, say it's 20 people in this guild. Everyone from the guild needs on it so that the pugs don't get the shit, and they, you know what I mean? And they
then it's just exactly.
And like, they just come in there with shittier gear, right? They just throw on PvP gear or something like that, and they're like, oh, I need it.
I don't think loot trading is good. I don't think sharding, even though sharding would greatly help the start of the servers, I think sharding, you know, is it the end of the world? No, but I'm totally against sharding as well. I think the server should be.
Pugs will master loot, Dokken. That's why I didn't think about.
Pugs will master loot. Yeah, so
I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be dungeon issues. High level dungeons, we're gonna see the big problem.
That's true. Yeah.
But would it work like?
I
think in retail you can only trade loot if you have an item with a higher item level. Or am I wrong?
Again? Sorry.
I think you can only trade loot if you already have an item with a higher or the same item level.
That's how it is in current WoW. I don't know I don't think that's how they'll make it in vanilla.
No, I hope not, because that would imply they would add item level, which is
so if you guys don't know what Dunedain's talking about, basically the way it is in retail right now, if you say you roll on a ring, and that ring is 15 item levels higher than the ring you have, you can't trade that because the game is basically telling you this is an upgrade, you can't trade this, right?
Yeah.
That's the rules that they have that they started, I think, in Legion. So will they? I don't think that. I hope not. I mean, it's definitely why even bring have something trading at all?
I'll bring something C. Norman just brought up, and I think this is a really good thing to think about. Do you guys think that Blizzard is looking at Classic as a profitable, exploitable feature, or a way to quell the discontent with longtime WoW players? The best case scenario is that they're gonna put out Classic just to shut us the fuck up. Like, what I mean by us is everyone that's complaining right now.
Yeah.
If they make Classic and they put it out and leave it the way it was and don't touch it, then they can just they continue doing what they're doing in retail over and over again. And I think that it's a way for just shutting us up.
That's a good point.
That's a really good
that would be a good thing for us. I don't care what happens to retail.
Yeah.
If
totally.
I think that's a good point, C. Norman, and I think that, you know, I hope that's what they're thinking.
I hope so too. And
then it's because I don't think it's profitable or exploitable. I really don't hope it is, but it could be, I guess, if they make changes
that's
to
the thing that I was thinking about too as well, because like I think that probably the people that are working on Classic, they probably care about it. They want it. They love the game as it was. You know, what I'm worried about is at the end of the day, and Activision sees, well, we can get more numbers from this if we add this, if we add this, if we add that, then that'll be, you know, like what you said, that would be maybe how it starts. Like, let's shut these guys up. Let's have them, give them what they want. And then at the end of the day, Activision says, well, retail's doing horrible. Classic's doing great. Let's make Classic even more profitable by doing this, by doing
Classic
this, by doing that.
Plus.
Yeah, but, and people will say, oh, they're not going to do that, but look at what they're doing now, you know?
Yeah,
they literally just put out a mount.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna fuck with retail. I mean, with Classic, man. I think it's gonna have these small little things we've been all talking about, but I just think that would be too critically stupid, man. They've been saying they're gonna try and stick to it as much as
They
possible.
are extremely stupid.
That's the problem.
When it comes to communication, I 100% agree. Their communication to the gamers is so shit, man. I will just.
So I heard Jaina.
as well.
I heard Jaina's gonna be a boss in Classic as well.
Isn't it already a boss? You were saying?
No, yeah, we were joking about it. How the hell? Okay,
Jaina's a boss, right? Yeah.
How Jaina is a boss right now in BFA. Please explain this to me.
So I missed some point because I didn't follow the lore exactly from the beginning. Well, I in the beginning, if you play Legion, you see that Jaina is coming to the Kulturas Islands, and her mother is there, and basically her mother abandons Jaina, so Jaina has to go, and then there's some other part of the story which I miss, and then suddenly she ends up in the newest raid as a raid boss. But because Jaina is Alliance, you kind of have to fight her not as Alliance. So what they did is the Horde guilds, they fight her as Horde, but the Alliance guilds, they are turned into Horde players to kill Jaina, and they are turned into Horde for 2 other bosses as well. And then because they needed to balance it, obviously, because everything needs to be balanced, right? So they made like 3 other bosses which are for which the Horde turns into Alliance, you know?
I just don't get it. Do you know about any bit of the lore? Did they even attempt to balance that, or were they just like, blam, you just fucking Horde now? Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
So someone said, yeah, we'll end up killing Jaina when pigs fly. Well, pigs are flying, and you're killing Jaina. So there you go. Yeah. So now the Alliance are turning into Horde. The Horde are turning into Alliance. They're killing Jaina. Pigs are flying. Retail's fucking over. Yeah.
The good news is Jaina should be a good boss because she has that AI. So, for example, if you cast Bloodlust, she will go into Ice Block. Yeah. So that would seem interesting.
Yo, just a lot of people have been joining us. I just want to quickly make sure this point has been driven home. So for those of you joining now, they released the new pig mount in Retail WoW. It looks ridiculous. I put a link in the chat. They're pulling a Diablo around it, right? There's 1.5k upvotes, 13k downvotes. Go over there and smash that downvote. And they're removing comments.
Can you show it on the background already?
I don't know, man. I don't want to fuck it up. We're finally stable.
Carmelo, thank you for the euro.
Oh yeah, thank you, Carmelo. Thank you very much for the euro, bro. But yeah, so they're removing comments. A lot of like influencers and stuff are making comments on it, and the mount looks ridiculous. So that's what the first thing we were talking about. But one thing I thought about as you were talking about a little while ago was, and it kind of made me happy, is do you think they're gonna have classic WoW commercials on TV, like almost like they had in BFA? How sick would that be, though? You think it's gonna be like
Rogue, who's a patron of ours and a good friend of ours, brought this up. You know that Progressive's they're bringing back all their old commercials. Have you seen that?
No.
So if you go on TV and watch if you watch Super Bowl or something or whatever is happening this week, you'll notice that they literally are just rebooting the old progressive commercials. So Blizzard, I think, would do very well by literally don't make new commercials, just reboot the old ones because that'll bring up the nostalgia factor. Don't be stupid. Put the new ones up, and I think it's going to be amazing if they do that. But they won't.
That would get people hyped up.
You don't think they will? I mean, just to see anything classic WoW on retail, to see like the original dwarf or something, dude, I think it would bring so many people in. Chow,
and I'm a Night Elf Mohawk, or when what's his name was a shaman?
William Shatner.
William Shatner.
And what's his name? Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris.
Or dude, what if they did a new version with them now, much older though? That
would be good too. As long as you're tapping into the nostalgia
I'm the Prince of Darkness.
As long as you're tapping into this nostalgia factor, I think that you can do that.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. I would love that.
Dude, like, we could be the fucking marketing team. I swear, we would make a better fucking marketing team. Okay, pigs fly, or let's use the old, you know what, we could save money here if we reuse the old commercials. No, dude, you're an idiot. We're gonna make pigs fly. Okay, whatever, dude. Do
Flying
what you
pig mounts, dude. It's what the people need. It's what the people deserve, man. Oh, one thing that was funny though too. Oh man, I wish I could show it, guys, because I don't know. I don't want to mess up the stream. But there is a trending thread on the on the WoW forums.
Which one, WoW or Classic
Nah,
WoW?
like just on regular WoW forums. I was
Yeah.
on there looking, and it was where is it here? They're talking about what they want in the cash shop. It was kind of funny, man. It had a lot of like upvotes on
Didn't
it.
anybody say just get rid of it?
No,
You
man.
know what
They
I
were
want in the
saying.
cash shop?
Let
I
me
want
see.
I want the option. I want the option in the cash shop to pay more for WoW to not have a cash shop. Like I would pay $10 extra a month to not have a cash shop.
Yeah.
I literally
Yeah.
would.
If
And
they literally said we'll make Classic $20 a month or $25 a month, and there will never be any changes, I would pay that right
Or
now.
no cash shop, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, I gotta find this, man. Alright, it was...
The only microtransaction or thing that you could actually buy in the time of vanilla, which was later on in vanilla, was that you could pay for server transfers, and that was it. Just so if anyone has a confusion on that.
You lost the cams on
Fuck, I
Defcamp
can't
and
find
Melderon.
them. Oh, it should be good now.
Okay, they're back. They're back.
We're back.
I'm a tool, it said.
Yeah. Tool, Melderon. Oh, we already knew that.
So anyway, yeah, the Asian thing.
Also, what is
This is a
this,
huge
dude?
problem.
Light Forged Undead? Please don't tell me this is a thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's what's her name?
No, you don't tell me
Arthas'
that's her
sister.
name, man.
Yeah. So you didn't hear about that, right? So apparently Arthas' sister got killed because they wanted the undead and the humans to like meet up in Arathi Highlands and like
Wait,
like,
this
be
is
like,
real? You're not
"Oh."
trolling me?
Wait.
Yeah,
is
no,
an
this really
unexpected
happened.
troll?
This really happened. in the lore.
Lightforged Undead?
Yes. So Talia Menethil is Arthas' sister, right? She apparently is like the true leader of Lordaeron. They found her in the Priest Order Hall one day.
They just found her there?
Yeah, she was just chilling there. So one day,
Oh, nice.
Anduin came up to Sylvanas, was like, "Hey, listen, there's some dudes here who want to meet their friends and family that are undead. Can we set up a date and have them all meet up?" So Sylvanas was like, "Okay, sure, we'll meet up in Arathi Highlands." So this is the short, stupid version of it. So they ended up meeting up. Some of them were like, "Oh my God, you're ugly, disgusting, get away from me." Some of them were like, "Oh my God, I love you, you're my wife." And Sylvanas was like, "No, this needs to stop now." So she killed all the undead who were going out in the field, even the ones that were returning. She killed all of them, and then she killed Talia Menethil. And then they're like, "Oh no, she's dead." They brought her back to the Naru. The Naru raised her from the dead as a light-forged undead. So there you go.
Jesus, man. Light
So,
Forged
will-
Undead, that might be the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life.
Will it be a new Elite race or?
Who knows? Or maybe she'll be the new Lich King. I don't know.
Right.
Dude, Light Forged
But,
Undead,
yeah,
man.
so that's retail lore for you.
What would be the inverse of that, dude? Light Forged Undead, what would it be like? Fucking sorted dead humans?
So
Zombies, like... They have to
Yeah.
balance it out, like Dunedain said, right? Jeez, man, that's
you could
crazy.
be an undead paladin.
Light
Awesome.
Forged Undead? Please tell me that's a joke, man.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. This is the lore, and like we were talking about this, I think last week or whatever. Does anyone else get pissed or like upset about? I think there are some things in the lore like I try to follow here and there, but I feel like there's such a disconnect between like the old lore and the lore of retail WoW. Like ever since after Kata and like he had Mist, which core that was lore. Even though Chen Sorfshout was like really. Pretty small part in Warcraft 3, and they made a whole race out of it, whatever. But okay, I'll give you that. But everything from like Warlords after, I try not to even. I don't even think about when I think about like the lore of WoW, because I love the old books, I love all the old stuff, and the new lore just kind of ruins it for me. Anybody else feel that way?
Yeah.
Jaina's story was quite interesting, right?
Well, you kill her, so who cares?
Yeah.
I just can't take the new cinematics seriously. Like, oh man, it's hard, man.
Yeah,
That's the other
Jordan
thing.
Pal, I agree with you 100%. I think someone said, that story might be epic, but then Jordan said everything is just too epic, and that's exactly the problem.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
I
like a
think
Michael Bay
everything's
movie.
yeah. That's exactly the
Light
problem.
Forge Undead looks like a drunk joke. Yeah, dude. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, everything's too epic. Everyone's too important. You're the hero. You're this. You're the Ashbringer. You're the, it's like, why can't we go back to being the senior
What would
sergeant?
that even look like, dude? Light forged undead. You're an undead with like a fucking,
look it up. There's a picture
like
of her. She
beams
looks
coming
like
out of your eyes.
Yeah, but she has like golden eyes or some shit. I don't know.
Wow, that's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
It was Kalia.
Well, should we switch gears to a more like lighthearted note and talk about cool shit?
Yeah,
let's talk about
Flying
some good
pig.
shit.
What did you say?
Flying pigs.
Is the pig now part of the lore? Yes, man. It's a heavy
Pigs
part of the lore.
fly.
It's a central figure. He's killed Jaden.
This is this right here, guys. This is the new mount that's going to be on the cash shop right here. Can you see this? It's a Chinese dragon. You got it
From
here
Mulan,
first.
dude. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I got the
Eddie
design.
Murphy.
I actually designed this.
It will only be $25, right?
Actually, this is going to be $250.
Dude, World of Warcraft next
made
expansion,
by
Return
Defcamp.
of the Dragon. I'm calling it, dude. That's it. That's
Return of
it.
the Dragon.
World of Warcraft, Return of the Dragon. That's gonna have Jet Li in the commercial.
They can't do that. They cannot have dragons if they want to cater to the Asian market.
They already did
Why?
dragons.
Why they don't?
No, they can't. They cannot show them.
What? For real?
They need, they overlay it with other things.
But what about the dragons in Mob?
What about the wind serpents? Or I guess they don't call them dragons.
Remember the penis dragons?
I'm pretty sure. I'm really like 99% sure that they don't have Onyxia in China.
Return of the Dragon mobile only. Yes,
On
dude,
mobile.
coming to Android and iOS, dude. World of Warcraft, Return of the Dragon.
Return of the Dragon. I remember the whole thing about the undead. They couldn't show the bones and all. But what about all those dragon mounts and all the dragons that fly around in Pandaria and all?
Hey, Jesse.
Maybe they can have those Chinese dragons, but I was pretty sure that they replaced Onyxia and basically whole BWL with other.
In
other
China,
things.
Onyxia is actually a giant boar and with golden wings. Yeah. Oh fuck.
Oh well. So we can talk about some favorites.
Yeah, favorites. Let's do it. That's good. Brighten our day, dude. Brighten the spirits, man. Let's talk about the awesomeness that is classic WoW. None of this BFA flying pig nonsense. What do we got?
Yeah, let's get positive.
All right.
So, I think we ended with dungeons, or we talked about dungeons last time. So why not talk about raids? I mean, there are a lot of raids in all expansions together, but we can maybe start with vanilla or both. I don't care. What's your all-time favorite raid in World of Warcraft?
All-time favorite raid, dude. Who wants to go first on this one? All right. I'll go ahead and do it, just because my all-time favorite raid it has to be Karazhan because of.
Damn it.
Okay, so I'm sorry anyone else who wanted to use Kara, but I had the most amazing experience in Kara, just because like I raided in vanilla very little, but I did. I was horrible. I didn't start healing until the Burning Crusade when I made my priest, and I did Kara so many times. The first time I ever did Kara, and we killed a Tumen, I got the
mount?
Very first time. Guess what I rolled? Rolled a freaking 100. The very first time he dropped for me, and I rolled 100 on the very first time.
Okay, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Dude,
and I love that raid. Like I love the aesthetics. I love the feeling of going up. You know, we talked about this in our SFK video. That feeling of that classical, like going to get the bad guy at the top of the tower. That kind of feel. I just loved Kara. It gave everything to me. So yeah, I mean, I did Molten Core back in the day. I did ZG. I love ZG. Don't get me wrong. I love ZG. I also love Zolom in the Burning Crusade as well. I also love the Eye. I also love Black Temple. I also love ICC. I also loved, Nax. I mean, come on, like these are amazing raids. But for me, Kara, dude, fucking amazing. I love Kara.
Yeah, Kara would be my pick as well, man. That was I raced the 70, got and did Kara. Like I was probably some of the first people to do Kara on my server. But if it's not Kara, then it's gonna have to be Black Temple for me. I ran even Black after Temple's it was irrelevant. Like I've run Black Temple just for fun, dude. Probably thousands of times over all the years. Just running.
Remember doing like Sunwell trash and shit back in the day, like before you could even down the bosses. Like, come on, let's go in there and kill some trash,
just to try and get a little bit of gear, right? And like sheeping like 4 mobs and killing.
Dude, I was so bad. Back in the day in vanilla, I used to just do empty traps because we couldn't kill any bosses. Like that's how bad my guild and shit was. So yeah.
Black Temple
We did a lot of
is
trash
amazing
runs.
though, man. I love Black Temple. I have to say.
Black Temple's awesome. It really
Yeah.
is. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time deciding. It may sound really stupid, but Molten Core is for me. It's not the best raid, but it's definitely the most
Fun.
interesting one. Yeah, because it was the first, so it's nostalgia,
Yeah.
and it felt so huge, and it was the first time you ever saw 40 people together and
True.
those big bosses. So for me, Molten Core is definitely in the top 3, just because of that. And every time I enter it again on those private servers, I really enjoy it. So,
And Dunedain, you have a unique experience because you started playing WoW in the very early days, right?
yeah,
So I imagine you got into MC when everyone didn't know what the hell they were doing. It was a shit show. You go in there like, oh my god, I'm in a raid, Molten Core.
Yeah.
People are like all over the place, and you have that amazing experience that very, very few people had.
yeah. It was our guild entered Molten Core before Blackwing Lair came out, but
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty amazing. The world bosses. Actually, the first thing I did was I think Azeroth world boss. Is that possible? Yeah.
Is it possible before
I
MC,
think-
as you were saying?
I think.
Well, it depends on when you did it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, would've
But
been
it came before Blackwing Lair, right?
when the original progression, I was playing.
Dude, Blackwing Lair is probably my favorite vanilla raid. I actually
Really?
love Blackwing Lair.
Yeah, I think Blackwing Lair. Well, I never did Nax in vanilla. I only did Nax.
Oh, true.
Wrath,
Yeah, I
so-
didn't do it either.
I was in a pretty good guild in vanilla, if you consider everything. But I left after we did AQ the first time or the second time. So I never experienced AQ, and I sort of was burned out, I suppose, after the Molten Core and BWL. So then AQ came, and it was like tier 2.5,
Yeah.
and the gear was really just a little bit better than Blackwing Lair, and it also looked ridiculous. So there were no real tier sets, and that's why I didn't like AQ as much.
A lot of people had that same feeling, like AQ,
Yeah.
because aesthetically it wasn't that fun. Like Cthulhu, great boss, great mechanics, but
But
aesthetically-
I still didn't do AQ. I didn't do it on private servers. I don't want to do it. I really want to experience it in Classic, and
nice.
that's probably the instance I'm looking forward to the most, even more than Nax, because AQ. Yeah, it's the first thing I didn't do in vanilla. So
Nice, man. How about you, Melderon?
How about you?
It's gonna have to be Nax. I didn't do Nax in vanilla. Obviously, I was a friggin' horrible noob, but I got to do it in Wrath of the Lich King. That was the first time I ever raid leaded. That was the first time I was ever main tank. So it was a lot of firsts for me.
Nice.
And we took a ragtag group. We were actually looking
We
at
had our own
pictures.
guild. Yeah.
We were looking at pictures, and we actually cleared 10-man with one range DPS, and it was a hunter.
Yeah.
It's badass.
We did the entire raid with one hunter.
And two healed, just two healed. Well, yeah. it
Just
wasn't
two
that
healed,
bad.
but we were so not optimal class. But
No.
so it's memory for me, but it's also the aesthetics are amazing. I love the whole undead necropolis floating over and scaring people, and you have to go into it, and you have to fight Kel'Thuzad, and I that whole thing was. I think it has better. I think it has a better story than ICC. I think ICC, you kind of knew what you were getting into, and you knew you had to kill Arthas at the end. But I thought Nax was just so unknown and almost mysterious.
Feels so big too.
Dude,
right?
I have a
This
hard time
whole-
thinking about Nax in a vanilla environment because I never did it or even came fucking
Yeah.
close to doing it.
Yeah.
But if I'm thinking about how epic Nax was, and if all that was there during Wrath of the Lich King Nax was there in vanilla, dude, it had to be the most epic raid in all of vanilla,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if all of that depth and awesome, and then you also have KT like a real central figure there. Yeah.
it was extremely hard to enter it. I mean, you had to have a certain amount of gold to enter the wings, and now on private servers it's pretty easy, I suppose. But back then, I never had more than 200 gold.
Well, you had to be if you were exalted, I think, with the Argent.
Yeah, no one was exalted.
Yeah, I mean, even I think you got every like revered whatever you got. It went down in price. So, I'm really jealous for the people who actually did kill KT in vanilla. Can you imagine that feeling, like knowing that you did MC,
like
right? You did BWL, you did AQ, you killed Cthulhu, you did Nax, you killed KT, you got your tier 3. You know, you were there for the AQ events. You were there for like all the awesome times in vanilla, and then you get to kill KT. Like, dude.
I wonder what you guys think of the 20-man raids. Because personally, I hated them. Not because they were not good, but because they split the guild in two.
25 man, you mean?
Yeah, 25. Yeah.
In BC.
Yeah. No,
so,
not in BC.
You mean the 25 in vanilla? So like.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were pretty decent. Like, someone like me who was a huge noob in vanilla, that was my main experience in raiding, was actually ZG. So for me, it wasn't that bad because the guild that I was in wasn't a serious raiding guild.
Yeah, that's probably why.
It wasn't that bad. But from what else I remember, I do remember a lot of the big guilds running 2 ZG groups, and they would just fill in the rest with pugs that they needed. So the 40 man.
I thought of them as a waste of time because the back then I didn't know they had good gear, and I was like, why do we do these if we can also progress through BWL and get better gear? That was my idea, so I really didn't like it.
Yeah, I think for the different player, like for me, I was definitely more casual at the time, less serious raider. I became a much more serious raider in the Burning Crusade. So for me, I actually enjoyed it because it was an AQ20. I was able to do them without, doing much. You know what I mean? So, but I can definitely see. I mean, look at what happened with all those 40-man guilds when the Burning Crusade came out. Like, a lot of them had to restructure their guilds. A lot of guilds didn't make it. A lot of guilds had to basically merge with other guilds or just completely fall apart. So the 25-man structure that came in the Burning Crusade really played a big part on not really destroying guilds, but it changed a lot for a lot of people.
It started with Karazhan, which was even smaller. So.
Yep.
But Karazhan, in the Burning Crusade, I switched to the Horde side, the dark side. No,
nice.
We started in new guilds, and I didn't experience the shit of abandoning people.
Doc can ask a question. How do you guys feel about post-Nax content? Maybe we can give a one-sentence answer to that. My one-sentence answer to that, Dockin, would be, I want like 4 years of just pristine classic, like just that, and just leave it World of Warcraft Classic as a complete historical achievement, just like there. And then after 3-4 years of satiating this itch that people have been trying to scratch for like a freaking decade plus, maybe you could release Classic Plus or something like that. But call it maybe something different and just say we're using the Classic platform. It's going to be a horizontal expansion to it.
Keep the origin. Yeah, as long as they keep the original, they can do whatever they want.
Right.
Yeah, just have some servers that are always going to be classic.
There's some healing that we need here, though. There's a healing period, dude. Like, we need 3-4 years of just classic, though. I think that is... They need to give us a few years of just what everyone was asking for so long. And just so the community can be like, we finally got it.
But after a year or so, I want BC.
True.
Well, yeah, that's true. I just hope that people realize that, at the end of the day, Blizzard needs to realize this whole movement started because all we friggin' wanted was an emulation, a legal emulation of the vanilla servers. That's all we ever wanted, right? So if that's done, and if that will always be there in some form, do whatever the hell you want, Blizzard. Do whatever the hell you want. Like, that's all we asked for. That's what the whole Nostalgia Race movement was about. Was about re-releasing Vanilla WoW in an emulated format that was as close as possible to the original game, and have it available for the masses forever, for next generation or something, right? That was the whole point of the whole Nostalgia Race movement. So that's it. If that continues, and if that stays, and if that's preserved, and then they can do whatever they want after that. I don't really care. I mean, will I play them? Yeah, I'll try them out, but that's what I want.
So, I wanted to bring some up to you guys. So, a lot of people have been talking about looking back at the private servers and looking back at Classic, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh well, there could be this wrong, that wrong with private servers." And for someone like yourself, Dunedain, who play, I know it's been a long time, but who played a lot in the early days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that private servers? I mean, of course, we all know there are things that are like when it comes to like raid lockouts and how of course it was always 1 week, but do you feel that? Because I really feel like private servers get the shit out of a stick. What they accomplished is amazing, and how they did it. Of course, they're not perfect, but do you feel like that they're close enough that they deserve some respect?
Yeah, they are. They are. The leveling is really close. I think the leveling is almost the same, but it's especially the end game. But they can't help it because people just know everything now. And that's the main difference. Back then, I mean, the first time I did a dungeon, it was what's it called? The Dead Mines.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ran it over 10 times before I even got to the part where you see the ship of Fang Li, the boat. I mean,
Yeah.
So we first did like 10 runs to get there, and it were 10 long runs, like 4 or 5 hours of wiping, and that was how it was. I mean, I was a warrior. I didn't know what tanking was. People said like, "You tank," and I'm like, "Okay, what's that? You go first. You pull." I'm okay. I can do that. Do you have a shield? No, I don't. Okay, go anyway. And that was how we did it. So
yeah,
kind of a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you cannot replicate that. But apart from that, the leveling experience is almost the same. And in raiding, it was exactly the same. So
now, see, like my question is, of course, the things that a lot of people bring up, like sit down crit, backstabbing from the front. And me and Melderon were talking about something the other day that brought up a good point. We were talking about flame tongue weapon. We were talking about the crit that it gets and how it does benefit from spell damage. But was it exactly Melderon?
It doesn't benefit from elemental fury, as far as we know, in 1.12 on the Light's Hope repack. So I tested that. I'm doing some testing for Shaman, and I wanted to know if, basically, long story short, if elemental fury would affect with flame tongue. Go ahead.
So like a lot of those, there's little things like that, right? And like, so I obviously know way more about the game than I did in actual vanilla.
Oh,
right?
leagues above.
But the thing is, like, I never was able to test things like that in actual vanilla, so I don't know. Like when Classic comes out, and say that doesn't work, and say it's different than how it was on private servers. How do we know the private server isn't the one that's right and Classic's the one that's wrong?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are saying that, oh, private servers are so wrong, Classic's going to be so different. But what if it's this? What if the private servers end up being more right?
Yeah, and unless and those people who say that, unless you have the data, then you're speaking from a place of you have no.
So some people would say that Blizzard knows all of this, but what I would say as a point that supports what you're saying, Def, potentially, is that they're not building this bad boy from scratch. They're like taking the retail client and stripping shit out of it, dude. So like,
and they even said they own so much of their shit is gone. Like they're only using the 1.12 because they said that they don't have enough of the data.
Yeah. Do you believe that?
I don't know. I mean, why would they say that? I don't know. Would they say that just because they
it's
want
easier.
the game? I guess it is easier, but what if they say, oh yeah, it was always like this, or no, it's like this, and they just want to make that change because they think, oh, it's better. It was supposed to be this way, or it's better off this way. Like, look at the 16 debuff slot thing. We all know that it wasn't 16 off the start, and they're saying, oh, the only reason why we use 16 debuff slots is because we couldn't handle more than that. Well, guess what? The raids were designed around having 8 debuff slots first.
Yeah, that's funny.
Designed around having 16. You know,
we were probably the best guild on the server, and I had no clue there were only 8 debuff slots. Really, I found it out playing private server.
Yeah, people just applied debuffs and just they didn't think about one was falling off or one was being applied. It just kind of happened.
It just did whatever you thought was good, and no one knows.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you guys are one of the best guilds back then.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mother knows about the debuff slot thing now on private servers. But being one of the best guilds back then, you guys weren't even aware about debuff slots. Like, that's what I'm saying is there's so much that people will say, oh yeah, that's how it was in Classic. because it's how it is, and that's how it was in vanilla because this is how it's going to be in classic. Well, what if classic is more wrong than private servers were? Like that's a real thing that we have to think about.
Yeah.
Doc can say that they had the data on an off-site backup tape stored during BlizzCon, but like I said, did they really? You never know, man. There's a rift with the trust here between the community and Blizzard, man.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised if they said, "Oh yeah, it's always been this way." Well, actually, no. We just want it to be this way, so we're going to say that it's always been this way. I mean,
I feel strong.
Your memory?
Yeah.
Can you trust them?
I feel strong about the talents, right?
Yeah.
And now you talk about the leveling experience on private servers. The one thing I miss the most is the old talents.
Yeah, dude.
It's really huge, man. I leveled with the old talents. I was level 60 before the talent revamp.
Wow. Dude, I wish, and I wanted to experience that so bad. I didn't come until 1.8, 1.9. There was a lot. Most of the changes were done at that point. Especially with the classes like paladins and the ones that were so different.
I had
when you were leveling your first characters, was there any talent builds to look at, or did you just click random shit?
I literally just put talents in.
Yeah. There were some cookie cutter builds, like people said if you are a warrior you go 31 in arms and stuff like that. But people played Arms Warrior in raids before the talent revamp.
I remember
if they played Arms.
All kinds of retarded mistakes. Like I'd click into a wrong one or something. I'd be like, "Fuck!" Like
I was a sub
ruined.
Combat rogue.
Dude,
I had talents in all three, specs, and I had in probably some of the worst things that you could have. Like, but I played. I had fun. And I did what I thought made sense, and the only thing that was great though is everyone else sucked too. Like it was so rare that you ran into a person who was really good, and you were like, "Oh my god, they must be cheating," but no, they just knew how to play the game.
That's one of the problems. If they add the old talent trees, which they don't, but if they would do that, people know everything now. So
but at least they would know less about that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's true. But back then, everyone sucked, like you said. So it doesn't matter which talent.
That would be a niche for a private server, I have to say. If someone just wanted to, for whatever reason, try and recreate it from.
If they did that, I would definitely go and play that.
Yeah, same here.
Really?
Yeah, try it out.
That was my dream before they announced it. Like,
who's Mortal Striking on the boss? God damn it, Dokken.
Yeah, I wish they. I always thought if Blizzard made it, they would go from 1.1 to 1.12, but
Yep, that ship has sailed, my friend. I know.
Yeah, I still have 0.01% fate.
Yeah.
One thing I'm really excited to hear about is I love it when he talks so passionately about this. Melderon, what's your favorite race, man, and why?
Hold on one second. I have to link something. Guys, in chat, if you're listening, here's Julian's KT kill. He just linked it to me in Discord.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to watch that. Go ahead. All right, so what was your question? Sorry?
My question, I know I've heard you do videos on this before, but it's just so awesome to hear it. What's your favorite race in the game, and why?
My favorite race? It's Orc.
Why is that?
Go on.
Well... Are we you guys setting me up? Okay.
No, I'm not setting you up. I want to talk about favorite race, but I feel like you do, when you talk about your favorite race, you make me want to become more passionate about the race.
So the reason I like Orc is because, I think for me it's all about class fantasy and about trying to, you have to picture yourself in the game, and I think, okay, fine. Everyone could say, oh, we're humans, so human is the most aesthetically the same. Yeah, okay, that's true. That is true. However, there's the personality traits that I think go deeper. And orcs, they're brutal, of course. But they also have the sense of honor. They have the shamanistic ways. They respect their ancestors. They're trying to find their place in the world. All these qualities that I feel like throughout my life I can embody and I can kind of riff with and stuff like that. So, and they're also big physical, and I like that as well. I'm not a small guy, so I don't really, even though the humans in WoW are jacked, but I think that they are. Yeah, the orcs are pretty jacked too, so I think that's pretty cool. And I'm bald. And I kind of have that I don't know, I always like Orgrim Doomhammer, like that kind of bald look, kind of I don't know. I just really like the orcs. Yeah.
And I really like what you said, Melderon. You said this to me before. I don't know, but you feel like the orcs are more human in their qualities than the humans are because of their qualities.
It's almost similar to sorry to interrupt, but if you guys ever watch Star Trek, if you watch The Next Generation, there's a Data who's a character in there. He's like a android or whatever, right? And in one of the episodes, he's put on trial because they're not put on trial. Basically, Starfleet's saying that he's our property because he's a robot and he works here. And they say no, he's a sentient being. And as you get to know him more, you realize that he has more human qualities than a lot of the people that are on the ship. And it's kind of like that whole thing where the orcs may be brutal and all this distance, and they have this history that they were. But at the same time, a lot of their qualities are more human than humans actually are. So,
but don't you miss the human dance?
I love the human dance. I think it's great. Yeah, but if I want to do that, I'll just eat a savory.
I have a question for people in chat. For people in chat, this is kind of juicy shit. This is some TMZ shit right here. What race do you think we look like? Like what race, given our person, or not even look, our personalities, right? At our point, a lot of you know our personalities. What race should we be? What race should we be in Classic? I actually see Melderon as a Tauren, personally. Big, bulky, very peaceful.
You're the second person to tell me that, yeah.
Very, very wise dude. I think you could rock a pair of those little things.
Kargoz, you're definitely a troll. Just because, I don't know. You just make me laugh like trolls. I don't know.
I'd see Melderon as I could see him on the cliff, on the precipice, and he's just taking the fairy dust, and he's he's just sprinkling it all over the land, and he's spreading the wisdom.
I'm a dwarf. I'm a fat dwarf. Oh, lassie, that's right. I love my dwarf, dude.
Yeah, everyone says Tauren, man. That's funny. Maybe I should play Tauren. You're like now that's 3 or 4 people that have actually said that. And then
you also had that shaman named Oaken, whatever, dude. And I was just like, dude, that is such Melderon right there, dude. I was thinking to myself, that Melderon is the peaceful, just wise. That's you, man. That's you. I don't know.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. No, I mean that. It's always good. I think gnome.
Oh man.
For who?
For Defcamp.
For me.
Yeah.
You think gnome? Go on. I wish we could see
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
God. I was gonna say Melderon orc. I was gonna say Kargoz.
Why do you think orc?
Well, I just know how much you love orcs.
Oh, so that you're not putting anything behind.
Well, and also you look like well, if you guys knew how much Melderon looks like his human character, it's uncanny. I mean, of his in-game character that he has when we did Super Plate Brothers.
If you ever watched Super Plate Brothers, dude,
it is scary how much they look like. If you looked at a quick picture, like a mugshot, it looks exactly like him. It's 100% him. But I will just say orc because I like, you love the orc qualities, things like that. I would say if you guys knew my real personality, I think I would be more of a Tarn. I'm a little crazy. A Tarn and Dwarf I could see both of. But I'm a big dude and Tarn. But Kargoz, I don't know why, but I definitely I think Troll for you. I don't know why. I could see you with those toes too. I know I never see you having those big fat toes.
I do got big banana feet, dude. People tell me that I got banana fingers and banana feet. I got the long extremities.
Dunedain's definitely an undead.
An undead even.
He's a human.
That would trigger him so much. He's a pally.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like being.
I would see Dunedain with his accent and everything. He has to be the sophisticated race, dude. I would imagine him as
Night Elf.
As a night elf, dude. I'd have to say. He'd be
Night Elf
with his accent, and it would be.
I am 6'3", though, so I guess that makes me a pretty tall dwarf. I'm the tallest dwarf.
Yeah, I'm only 5'11", so.
I love the accent. Hello. What can I do for you?
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you?
That's funny though. Yeah, it's weird what other people think you are. Or, other perceptions.
I would put Kargoz on an orc female.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
Yeah, an orc female hunter. That's what I see.
Oh, I gotta talk to you, Kargoz. Okay.
Oh.
I finally sat down and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give Vanilla Hunter a really good shot.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna rustle some feathers by saying
Go
this.
for it,
Yeah,
dude.
tell
Rustle
him
them
It's
up,
like
dude.
it's like playing on retail, dude. It is so like, dude, I never actually gave it time and really tried it. I am like just blowing through everything, dude. Just blowing through it. Like, why even quest? All I do is just sit, like I stand,
Yeah.
and just like fire my bow and turn.
Exactly.
That's basically all I do.
The grinding
It's
efficiency
so
is insane.
I'm not saying that I'm having fun. I'm not saying I'm not having fun, but I just think it makes the game easy mode.
Yeah.
That's just my personal. I mean, not end game, just like up to 60.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, and like it's definitely vanilla. Like the fact that pet, like get all the different abilities, but it definitely is easy.
I will tell you
mean,
though, the juicy things of it, like the sound. If you can just close your eyes and envision
yeah.
the sound of you drawing the bow
all the bow
from the quiver,
Yeah.
cocking
No,
it
I
back,
like it.
and
I
just
like it.
letting that rip, dude. The little twang, dude. It's so
a
nice.
sound.
It's such a
Best sound in
nice
the
little
game.
sound effect, and just it's so relaxing. Like you got your little pet guy, like you're walking around, he's killing stuff for you. It's just a nice experience, man.
until
Yeah.
you,
But
until you
it's-
get ambushed by a rogue. Kargoz.
Until you get ambushed.
Well, yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten to a PvP zone yet, but I leveled to 20 in like no time, and it's like I'm just like, wow. Like I understand why, like all the speed leveling, with Joanne and everything
Oh,
about
God.
hunters, and
Yeah.
it's just like.
1
I
to
never
10
wanted to
is
give him a
horrible,
shot
though.
because I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but
Yeah.
I do like 1 to 10 is
It's
complete
horrible.
dog shit.
Yeah.
But after that point,
I love 1 to 10 on a hunter, but
Yeah.
go for it.
You're crazy.
It's
you
amazing.
gotta explain this.
Oh, it's
Explain
just
it.
amazing. You use no resources to kill stuff, so as long as you stutter step, you get to max range, and you shoot, and as soon as that projectile leaves your bow, you start strafing in a productive direction. That's your kind of refractory period between
We
shots.
talked about this.
And you can get
well
off
done.
4 shots or so. By the time then the mob gets to you, you hit it with one little raptor strike, dead. Use like no resources.
So it's hard for me to get 4. I was able to get 3.
Yeah, you should
was
be able
able
to
to
get
get
4
four.
if you do it right. You should be able to get 4. Sometimes you're even able to kill the mob before it even gets to you, man. And honestly, like even with stuff like warlock or mana users and stuff like that, like you will go and stuff. And with a hunter, you're not really using many resources at all to kill stuff.
Oh,
No,
I hate hunters when they fucking use Viper Sting. Oh my god.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but like Defcamp was saying, dude, all I do is just apply Serpent's thing. I don't even do anything
you don't
else.
use it- and
Like-
like when you get aspect of the beast or whatever the aspect of the cheetah, you just leave that on. You don't even put the friggin' whatever the
Hawk.
one on. Yeah, Hawk. And dude, yeah, Hunter. I mean, it's easy mode. It really is. But how you liking them rogues, Kargoz?
Oh, dude,
Still,
my favorite class. I'm so glad you asked. I'm rolling rogue, dude. I'm rolling no female rogue. I'm gonna name myself Cancer Nugget, dude.
You still hate rogues. You still hate rogues.
I
dude?
hate rogues, dude. No, I mean
Oh
they're my
my
least
God.
favorite class. Like we've talked about this before. As far as class identity goes, rogue
As
would be
far
the
as class
hardest
identity,
for me
okay, yeah.
to get into, man. And I love you,
Yeah.
Serrana, man. But if you're listening, that class, I just doesn't do it for me, man. Doesn't
Guys,
doesn't
I
hit
got
me
an
in the
idea.
right spots, man. I don't know.
When Classic comes out, guys, we gotta find Kargoz, what server he's on, and just
Gank him with rogues.
With
The
rogues.
100 rogues, you know?
camp
Oh,
him all
God.
day long with gnome rogues. We're just gonna make gnome rogues.
Oh no, dude! It's actually gonna happen too because somebody's streaming. Shut down the stream. Rip.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
So I heard I killed you the other day when you guys were doing Scarlet
you
Monastery.
did kill me the other day. Yes. We're doing Scarlet Monastery. Big Defcamp comes by. Psh, dead. I'm like, dude. What the fuck?
Wait. Explain this.
I got
didn't hear this story.
killed, and then I got saved by Pat the shaman who saved me, which was really nice. But then yeah,
Wait, a
Defcamp
shaman saved you?
Yeah.
How did a shaman save you if I was? He let you go. What happened? But
I was running through fucking I was running up through Hillsbrad into the Altrak Mountains. I'm killing these Yetis or whatever. And he
Yeah.
comes and swoops out of nowhere and fucking tells the guy to stop killing me, dude, and he just saves me. Like I was getting ganked up there. So
Wait.
but I was the one who killed you though.
that was a separate thing. That was a separate
Oh, okay. So
separate.
tell me, I don't even remember who killing you.
I'm running to Scarlet Monastery. Like a fucking, just a guy trying to just do me, The struggle is real. I'm Alliance. I'm just trying to, get on over to SM. It's a hell of a journey over there. I'm dying to plague bears left and right, respawning, and I'm almost there. Motherfucking priest kills me. Guess who it is, dude? This guy, top right corner, and I'm like, hey man, I thought we were boys. What's going on?
Did you know it was him?
I knew it was him. Was his name right?
No, did Defcamp?
No, because my name was Carbe. My name was Carbe.
But what's his name? Connor messaged me. He was like, "Yeah, kill him." And then apparently I killed Connor too because he knew that it was him. And I killed like their whole party. And he just like sat in front of SM, just killing all the people going in there.
Yeah, man. The struggle is real.
Hey, we gotta protect
the territory.
We gotta tell the Alliance they're not welcome in Sears.
Exactly.
The struggle is real, man.
Dungeon.
But all right, Dunedain, what's your favorite race, man, and why? What does it for you, man?
I always end up choosing between humans or night elves.
Okay.
So yeah, humans because of the dance and the jokes. I love the jokes. And night elves because of the starting zone.
Dude, I will tell you what though, being a hunter in that starting zone.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Cave. Oh my god, that is so hard.
Yeah,
oh my
true,
god.
But the sound of the bow, that's the best zone.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah. It really is, yeah.
The music, bow, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And for me, I gotta say, I love Undead, baby. I love
Undead?
Forsaken. Yeah. I love the internal strife. I love the, that they're like this, the faction all their own. They're kind of like miserable, lonely. I don't know what it is, but it's more than just that. It's like, they're deeper and darker than you give them credit for.
It's super weird that I never thought people would play Undead because they're so ugly and it's dark, and why would you start in a dark, ugly zone full of zombies? That was my idea, but I guess I'm wrong because more than 30% of the people play Undead.
It's not just that though. I think it's the fact that it's not just Undead for me. It's Undead Priest. Like I love the fact that I'm this like hideous monster, and but I'm also a healer, and I'm also helping people. Like so, it's like kind of like catch-22. Like I'm this nasty, forsaken, disgusting, fucking terrible zombie, but I'm also a priest, and I'm also like helping, and I'm like so it's like I might look one way, but I'm not what you think.
I know what you mean. The funny thing is, even though I despise the starting area, I played an Undead Priest in the Burning Crusades.
Nice.
When I changed factions, I went to Undead Priest.
That's another thing too. Talking about roles, like what roles do you think that we all suit? I definitely see both Def and Melderon as healers, dude. These guys are givers, dude. They're fucking. Yeah. They're always trying to help people out. You know what I mean? Like I so especially Def, dude. Def, 100% healer, dude. 100% healer.
Like, I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I've always been kind of like a people pleaser my whole life. And you know what I do for a living now, and like that's I mean, I didn't expect me to doing that, but like that's just the kind of person that I gravitate
You're
towards
healing
being.
souls
like,
in real life too, man. That's good.
Yeah, I guess, and it's like I love and I think it's more because of how it makes me feel about myself. Like I love, like you always say, like giving feels good and all that, but like to me as a person, I always want to be the person who's like, yeah, you can do it. Here's a bubble, here's a buff, go out and be merry, like I'll heal you up, don't worry, I'll take care of it, that kind of thing. And so I've always gravitated towards being a healer. When I do, however, I have a dark side, because when I do like to do damage, I like to play a rogue. So like once in a while I'll get sick of being the nice guy and I gotta play a rogue and just cause some mayhem.
Yeah, so, that's me with warriors. Yeah. I love shaman. I play warrior if I went to something different.
Yeah, I actually do. What do you guys think, Chad? Do you think Melderon is more of a tank or a healer? I don't see you as a DPS, man.
He's totally a shaman, dude. He's a shaman because he's a shaman that occasionally tanks and occasionally heals and occasionally does damage, and he's just a typical shaman.
I almost do see you as like enhancement shaman tank, man. Kind of like the underdog, making it work. You know what I mean? Like still.
I'm gonna take my time in classic, and I'm gonna definitely like just start like doing it. Like I'm gonna like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna like, if I'm bored one week, I'm just gonna respec, just start tanking dungeons. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I just think that, especially if we have a guild that like if I'm assuming we're all creating a guild. Kargoz, you probably are. So we'll probably get with people who, want to play and don't care about like min maxing. I'm sure there's gonna be a group of people that are like that. Maybe we could just have a fun like group and do stuff like that. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
I see Kargoz as a hunter and a warlock. I cannot choose between them.
Oh,
both.
dude, I'm the fucking greedy
Absolutely,
DPSer. Yeah, damage, dude.
Where the hell that bastard come from? You know what, dude? If you're a hunter, please don't be the typical, oh, you got lupus. I hate anytime I see a hunter and they don't have lupus. I'm like, good for you, dude. Even though it'll be irrelevant in class.
I'm not standing around looking for that damn spawn. Screw
Damn
that.
wolf.
I seriously will like salute anyone who doesn't go out there and get lupus. It's just lupus is so fucking cheap. Is so overpowered.
Yeah, thankfully he's rip on Northdale now.
Yeah, rip. He's done.
Yeah, he's
and he will be no more in the classic. So hopefully no more of that.
Yep. What do you guys think about Dunedain, dude? You think he's ret pally?
I think he's druid.
I feel like you're druid too, Dunedain. Even though I know you love pally. Like,
Huh.
I like druid. I feel like hybrid. I don't know. I played almost all of the hybrids as a main, except for a shaman.
Yeah, he's definitely not a shaman. He likes the alliance. He likes the good and holy.
Yeah.
I think I do see you as a paladin, man. I don't know. You like the holy light and stuff, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Paladin and druid definitely.
Paladin druid.
Yeah, those are my.
I think I envision you with the nightfall though. I think I see you in the raid with the nightfall swinging it though. I don't know. You healing?
I can do both. In the perfect world, I would be a red paladin, but I would be support. You know, like I would support with heals, with buffs, and I would swing my hammer every now and then.
Gotcha.
So
I gotta admit, guys, that everyone here knows that I love paladins, and I always will love paladins. You know, they are even though I'm priest all the way, I love paladins vanilla WoW. I do have a little bit of inner turmoil there because I love horde, but I do love paladins. I have been playing a shaman with Melderon, and I fucking love it.
Really?
I absolutely love it. Yeah. I just love the freedom of, and I love the fact that you literally have something for everything. For every encounter, you can have something. Whether it's Tremor Totem, whether it's Poison Cleanse, whether it's Stone Claw Totem, whether you're just trying to run away, Grounding Totem, you're trying to run away, and you want to go into Ghost Wolf. It's just like you have so much freedom as a shaman, and I was just raping shit. Like I was doing so much damage. I just really, really like the feeling of playing a shaman right now.
They feel squishy to me.
They are a little squishy, especially at early level. You're using leather, but dude, if you're going sword and board, like if you get
if you're going dagger shield, dude,
you're beefy as hell, dude.
Yeah.
You can play Tauren, like. So my shaman right now is still low level. I have a 60 priest on Northdale. I have a level 45-ish mage that I kind of just play around. I also have a rogue, but he's on Light's Hope. He's 60. I have a 30-something hunter. Our shaman and warrior right now, we're still like level 15, 16. So low level.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I really feel like you know how paladins are really strong in low level.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like shamans are as well, but they never like dip down like paladins do. Paladins, I feel like they get really strong when you're. I'm talking about red here, right?
Yeah.
They're like really strong, and then it kind of like just dips down. I feel like shamans get like really powerful, and then it like steadies out.
Yeah, you get
especially when you have the chance to go Ellie at level 40.
If you're going if you're going like a reckoning build though, man, once you start getting a little bit higher with the paladin and you start getting access to stuff like Skull Flame Shield and stuff like that, ooh, man, you can put in some work.
But like,
Lately,
we're talking about AOE tanking.
Well, leveling AOE. All I know is I leveled the pally recently, and I just felt that
Prop
they
pally's amazing.
From 32 onwards, as soon as you probably 33 once you get reckoning and stuff. Again, it probably won't be in classics, being able to sit proc it. But even if you're not able to, just the AoE tanking, AoE grinding capabilities on a paladin, man, it's so nice, so fun.
Amazing.
I've been thinking seriously of playing a hunter lately in classic. I don't know.
I get
having a
bored
good time
around
with
level
it.
30. I get bored around level. I played a hunter. I made a hunter in Crusade. His name was Jihaj. Remember?
Yeah.
Or Jihaj something. Yeah. And I always get bored. I always make a hunter, and I get bored around like level 35. Ish. I just get bored with them. I usually get bored with
non-hybrids because you cannot heal. Basically, yeah. I like the different roles you can do.
Yeah.
Vengeance.
I'm really digging my mage right now.
Yeah.
You know, he's it's cool because you're able to deal damage, but you're also it satisfies that giving.
You're a big
mentality.
support structure, yeah.
So Melderon saw me playing the other day. Like I saw some guy who was having trouble. I sat there, like buffed him, made him food and bread. Helped him, and like so I'm still. I was giving this guy a portal for free. Like I still am able to help people, but I'm a full damage class. So it's really cool. I love how mages they fulfill that giving thing that I like about
They're
it.
just so sick
playing
in classic,
class.
man, and PvE,
They are.
PvP. There's just so much utility.
AOE, dude. I pulled like 8 mobs. Not even AOE spec. Not even Blizzard AOE spec. I just Cone of Cold and then just friggin' pew 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 pew
Arcane
down.
Explosion, man.
Arcane Explosion. Yeah.
I just want to say one more thing about the raid, not a race, because there was one raid I really wanted to mention, and you will probably hate me because it's from Warlords, but I really liked Blackrock Foundry.
Melderon, you did that, didn't you?
Blackrock Foundry and Warlords was really good. I really like that fight where you have to like switch sides. The hell was the name of that fight? I healed that on my shaman. The hell was?
What do you mean on the?
You fight like this
two
huge
buses?
elemental guy in the middle or something like that, and you have to like go to the right and then go to the left and then go back.
There were a couple of interesting fights, like how is it called? Hansgar and Frenzok?
Oh no, that was where you fight 2 guys on those moving platforms, right?
Yeah,
and that was a really good fight too. Yep.
The operator Tokar.
Let me see. Blackrock Foundry fights. I'll tell you exactly which one I'm talking about. It was
Okay.
Blackrock Foundry. There it is. It's Blast Furnace.
Oh, I remember that fight. I did that. I think it was like normal or whatever.
Oh
That was
yeah,
a pretty good fight.
that was not my favorite, but they were all good in my opinion.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that fight.
What
I
do you
love the
guys-
Black Hand fight too. I did Black Hand with
Black Hand
Heroic.
fight was cool too.
Yeah.
Just a very good raid, so I
Yeah.
feel like it deserves a mention here.
What do you guys feel about Firelands in Kata? I actually really like that raid.
I didn't raid in Kata, so I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't raid.
Did
I
anybody
didn't
else
raid
do
when it was
farm?
relevant, but I went in after just to clear it out for transmog stuff, and it was. I don't know,
Okay.
man. It was alright.
I actually enjoyed that. I thought the Rag fight was. I mean, it's not MC, but it was a difficult fight when it first came out. I thought in Kata, and there were some other good fights in that raid. But for me, yeah, anything post Wrath for me, most of my raiding experience was actually in Legion with a lot of mythic raiding. I did like Nighthold and the Gul'dan fight and all that, which were difficult fights, but nothing that like stood out to me. It was like, this fight's amazing or this fight's great. The Gul'dan fight was interesting mechanically. It was challenging as a healer on mythic and all that, but it didn't like fulfill that amazing feeling that I got when I did like Kara or all these other classic raids. Ulduar, we didn't even mention Ulduar.
Mm-hmm.
Melderon's favorite ICC. Melderon's favorite Trial of the Crusader.
Oh yeah, dude. Iconic raid, dude. Iconic.
No, that's true.
Everyone knows it's right. So.
No, I think Nax was great. Yeah, we should probably wrap up, but I think this is I think we did a good talk today.
Yeah, I had a good little chat.
I want to play that Warrior Shaman combination tonight, dude.
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
Yeah.
We should end with the video of the mount. If Kargoz is there.
He just walked away.
When pigs fly, WoW will die. When pigs fly, WoW will die. And that day has come.
Yeah, and our host just left, so we're not sure what to say. So anyway,
guys, I'm going home. He just got up and left, dude.
Yeah, he's like, you know what?
This is over, man.
Friggin' Karzog.
Maybe you can do an outro, Defcamp.
Yeah. Well, the stream's still going to be on though.
It'll be really awkward.
like
hey, see you guys.
And then you just see me like get up and like go get changed. Like. No, the stream's still on.
Didn't it happen to Asmongold like last week? Like he's left his stream on or something like that. It was a month ago.
The thing is, like,
and he literally all he did was like look at YouTube videos.
That's so funny.
Yo, I thought
Watching more
we could talk about
WoW content.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I didn't mean to
where'd you
interrupt.
go?
Oh, I just.
We were
to go relieve
thinking about
myself.
wrapping up.
Yeah, we were like,
Oh
okay.
damn! All right, last topic. Real quick. What
All right,
architectural style do you appreciate the most? You know how all the different races have different ones, like the trolls. I don't know how to describe the trolls. It's kind of like.
Do I appreciate?
For me, it's either gonna be Tauren or Night Elf.
Wow.
Are we
Tauren
talking
or
classic here? Because honestly.
Yeah, we're talking classic. So
Okay,
how would you
'cause I
describe the
love-
styles first, real quick? Sorry, I mean, if you guys are trying to wrap up, we can do it in like 5 minutes.
I mean, Tauren is Native American.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty fair.
But Night Elf is like a mix between like Tolkienian Elvish and like Roman architecture.
I was gonna say I really like the elven architecture. I would have to say that's probably some of
You're
my
so on
favorite.
point, actually. Yeah, thinking about Darnassus, the big white structures, right?
All the pillars and
Not
everything.
only that, I love
Columns.
like the houses and the trees. The like just like right now in the background, the towers that they have. The if you ever go to Feathermoon Stronghold, you ever see like I love that. Oh dude, yeah, I forgot. Billy Bother just said Dwarf Ironforge is friggin' amazing. Dwarven architecture. I honestly think.
But
the
outside of
architecture-
Ironforge, there really isn't much there.
No, I like human architecture well. Okay, guys, you know I love Horde, but I actually do like Alliance architecture more than I like Horde architecture.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dwarven city in Lochmodan. How is it called?
Thalsamar?
How is it called?
It's so homey,
Thalsamar.
isn't it?
No. Is it Thalsamar?
Yeah, Thalsamar, dude.
yeah.
Thalsamar, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
With the green lush over
It's
over
so
the
homey
buildings.
and
Yeah.
like warm and cozy.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like the Shire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of has a Shire feel. Yep,
Yeah.
that's
But
true.
I can't describe the dwarven style in any other way, but just very traditional. The dwarven, you know, like they have those.
It's
cozy.
Tolkienian.
Yeah.
It's purely
cozy.
Tolkienian.
Tolkienian.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
because it's like the Shire part you just explained, and Thalsamar is like Hobbit, and the Ironforge is like clearly Tolkienian dwarf. Like it's what's that? Moria.
Moria.
The mines
Somewhat,
of Moria.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
True.
clear.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear.
No.
True.
But yeah,
They have a cave
I-
troll.
my favorite is it's stupid. I think it's human.
Human.
Wow.
How would
Just
you
classic
describe
medieval.
human? Human is just like.
It's like medieval a
medieval,
little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's classic medieval. I think
Yeah.
with a little
Yeah.
bit of cartooniness to it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like really medieval, but it's
Damn, you guys are so on point with describing them. Yeah, that's true. Classic medieval.
Dude, it's crazy. Like I love the Horde, but when it comes to aesthetics and the architecture, it's Alliance all the way. I do like Tarn has really grown on me though. Really,
because it's like Tauren is Native American, but it's like almost a romanticized Native American. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to the point where like if you were like envisioning what it should look like versus what it did look like Taurens are like it's like these huge totems with all these colors and all these like so it's very grandiose. But most Native American they're not like that.
Is
was
it
just
almost
a
like
teepee.
Aztec too? Like or not Aztec? It almost reminds me of.
I think that's the trolls you're
that's
thinking.
Trolls very.
Oh,
Aztec.
true. Yeah, that's actually true. With their big
Yeah.
pyramid things.
Yeah.
And that is pretty cool. Like especially when you get to like ZG and even ZA and But I will say in the Burning Crusade, I absolutely love.
Draenei.
No.
Very nice, dude.
They have a ship.
I love Quel'Danas and whatever the fuck.
Oh, Kel'Sara. So you're talking about Blood Elves. Blood Elves, yeah.
Ghostlands. I love
Eversong Woods? Are you talking about Silvermoon?
Eversong.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, Blood Elf stuff is really
It's
pretty.
true.
I have to say though, it is not Warcraft without orcs, man. Like it's just even though it's not the most technologically advanced or whatever, it definitely I don't know. I kind of like the jagged, almost just ragtag look of it. They're like this ragtag bunch. And even when I played Warhammer, the tabletop game, I played orcs in Warhammer 40k because I always kind of liked their
It's very
kind of ragtag style.
It's very brutal, clannish, and
quick and clannish, quick and set up shop. We're here.
Yeah,
we're
there's
burn down the forest.
everything has a purpose. There's no like aesthetic
It's very
value. It's just
very
like
Mordorish, very orcish from Lord of the
Like
Rings
palisade walls that are all spiked and all over the
very
place.
Yeah.
Tolkienian
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
I like how they are all so distinct and
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl, you said Night Elf is wannabe troll. Night Elves actually used to be trolls, so you can say that's probably why it's wannabe troll. Night Elves are actually just trolls that stood around the tree too long and became Night Elves.
There you go.
That's actually true. That's literally true.
And we can
it's in the Chronicle Volume 1 or 2. Yeah,
we can all agree that gnome's probably the least favorite architecture.
Yeah.
Like
it's literally just like machines.
Does anyone else hate Numeragon?
Oh, I hate that. That's my worst. That's my least favorite dungeon in the entire game.
Remember, I said I played 5 hours to get to the ship, the boat of Fankleaf. Imagine how it was.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's the only dungeon in Vanilla WoW that if it did not come with Classic, I would be like, oh, okay. I wouldn't change my opinion about anything.
It probably took over 2 hours to find the entrance first time.
Oh my god! I know.
I don't know if it was like that at regular Classic too, but it's kind of buggy too, man. You just pull stuff up top sometimes, and
I don't remember if it was like that because we wiped anyway every few minutes.
Oh, someone is like, let's do Nomer. I'm like, peace.
Yeah, if like Blizzard was like, listen guys, we're not going to change anything. It's going to be literally 1.12, except there's no Nomer. I'd be like, we want no changes 1. Like I wouldn't even argue that point.
I never finished Nomer gun in vanilla. Never finished.
Are you guys big fans of Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I like Indiana Jones. I watched all of them. Yeah.
You know the scene where
the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, and Alderman, it's literally the same thing where you get the staff, you put the light, and it's on the city.
They probably based it after that, dude.
It's
definitely an homage. Yeah, it's gotta
so
be.
Cool. I love Alderman's a great.
Do you think Classic could have potentially been better if they had a different allied race aside from Gnome? Sorry, I'm opening up a can of worm here, so we could save it for next week. I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, maybe it's all about that later. But I think
what else would it be?
I don't know, man.
High elves.
Hobbits.
Yeah.
Maybe they want the small one. Hobbits.
Oh man, I get Gobble. No, that couldn't be Goblin, right? I'm trying to think of just the traditional fantasy stuff. What could they possibly have?
Pandas?
Ooh,
Or pigs?
pandas or gnomes,
Pandas?
dude.
No, flying
I
pigs.
almost like gnomes more
pigs.
than
There you go,
pandas,
yeah.
bro.
It's time to put that video on the background.
Oh, dude. All right, we'll end with it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll end with it. Let me see. We'll put on.
put the video.
Dude,
Yeah,
that'll
and
be our
it's
ending.
good
I
for
love it.
crowd plumbers if you're a druid, I guess.
Let me know when it's on. I'll do my when pigs fly.
Let me find where you put that thing. Can you put it in chat again one more time?
Yeah.
Sweet. We're gonna put on, dude, the most epic content, dude, to ever grace World of Warcraft. It's coming to a server near you in Battle for Azeroth, guys. All you need is your Visa cards, dude. You just need your Amex, and this can be yours.
Dude,
Find
if
it?
you're ever gonna steal mom's credit card or something, steal it for this.
Word.
Yeah, this is what you need. You need this right now. You
I love
need
how everyone's leaving.
you need this like flying piece of pork right now.
We're gonna watch it together, man. It's gonna be sweet.
Everyone's like, leave now.
Did you find it? Can you put it in chat, if possible?
Yeah, but it starts on second 8, so put it to start.
What's that?
Yeah, the link
There you go, I
I
put it
gave
there.
starts somewhere in the middle of the vid.
You just got to remove the timestamp from the end of the link. But
Oh, right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Put this here. See if this works.
This is a beautiful ending to today's podcast.
Yes.
When pigs fly.
Oh, there we go, boys.
I hate the current state of the game. God, I hate it
We
so
got
much.
the mop music going, man.
When pigs fly,
Find
the world
good
of
fortune
Warcraft will die.
with Hogwarts now in the shop, man.
Look, he goes
Look
over
at
the
that,
moon.
look at that
It's so
stupid
yeah.
fun.
thing. Oh
Dude, I'm
my
gonna play it one more
God.
time. I'm gonna toggle off this logo just to really give it my undivided attention. You know.
I love it. It's just like, when pigs fly, and it goes over the moon. It's like, it's just like, yeah, the world of Warcraft will die.
Okay,
Guys,
here
do you
we go.
remember?
$5, so
Guys, do you remember killing Kel'Thuzad? Do you remember killing Deathwing? Well, now you can have a pig.
You guys ready for this, dude? Oh
Yeah.
man, dude.
Get your epic pig mount now for only $25. Grab it now before it's gone.
Grab it now before someone
Look
else
at it,
eats
it's like,
it.
whee!
All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we are done for this week. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in today. It was a fun one. Sorry for those technical difficulties, man. I'm working on it. So see you guys next time. Take care.
Love you guys.
See you guys.
Peace.
Bye.
I was gonna get some pork for the night for dinner.